Hey there, everybody. It's me, Sour Skittles, again. Well, I thought I would talk about a couple of different things. One of the things I wanted to talk about is um, reasons to date a transgender. A lot of people are wondering, like, well, hey, why would I want to date a transgender? I'm not gay, it's just a dude in a dress, blah, blah, blah. Um, the whole thing is, though, is that we're actually not dudes in dresses. We're actually women, just different. Um, there's women that come in all different shapes and sizes, that sound many different ways and everything else. Um, I should probably tell you about a story that actually happened to me, and maybe it can help some of the straight guys understand of like where he was coming from. Because I still live primarily in the same town and everything else, and I was actually going to a card game tournament, Texas Hold'em actually, and what happened was is that since I still lived in the same area, a lot of people knew me from who I used to be, and there was this one guy that was checking me out for a couple weeks and everything else, and one of his friends said, "Hey, that's blah 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 blah," and he couldn't believe it because he personally thought that I was gorgeous, and I'm like, all right, well, that's cool and everything else. And so it took him some time to actually talk to me, and I mean, he like said hi to me, stuff like that, but never actually talked to me. Eventually he basically got himself drunk. Took him about 2 weeks, and then he stopped me as I was leaving to go home from the tournament one day, and he said, "I have to ask you something." And I at that point I already knew what he was going to ask, of course, and so I was like, okay, here it comes. So he says, "Hey, I need to know something. Word's going around that you're a guy." And I said, "Oh no, I'm definitely not a guy." I was like, "I don't know where the hell you heard that from, but no, I'm not a guy." And he said, "You're not? So then you weren't born male or anything?" And I was like, "We should probably sit down and talk so I can explain things to you." And so we actually sat down and talked and explained everything. And I told him, I said, "The difference is that, okay, I'm not a guy because what guy do you know who looks like this? Okay? Guys don't look like me. Okay? Girls look like me. Women look like me. And there's a reason why, because I'm a girl." And then he was like, "But it doesn't make sense." He's like, "You're so beautiful." And I was like, "Well, thank you. I appreciate that." And I was like, "Well, what's the problem? What's the problem that you're having?" He's like, "Because I'm attracted to you and I'm not gay." And I said, "Well, that's good because at the time I actually was gay because I only dated women at the time." But I told him, just try to put him at ease. I was like, "Well, I'm not gay either," because I knew what he was talking about. He was talking about like guy on guy action kind of deal. And so I was like, "Well, that's a good thing." And he's like, "But I'm not gay." And I said, "Well, let me ask you something." I said, "When you look at me, what do you see? Do you see a guy or do you see a woman?" And he said, "I see a woman, of course, because you're gorgeous and you sound like a woman, you look like a woman, you move like a woman. In every aspect, you're a woman." And I said, "Exactly." And I said, "It would be different if you looked at me and you saw a guy, like one of the bros you wanted to hang out with. If you saw me as that, then yeah, then I would say you're gay. Hate to tell you, okay? But I'm not that. I'm a woman, just different." And even though to me I'm just a woman, other people would see it as different, but whatever. Anyways, long story short, we ended up talking longer and longer in that, and we ended up having probably about a good 3-hour conversation or so, and it really opened up his eyes about a lot of things, and like he wanted to actually take things much further after that, and I had to tell him, "No, I can't, I have a boyfriend and everything else, and I'm in a monogamous relationship." Yes, I'm actually I guess it would be bisexual now because I'm dating a guy. Anyways, yeah, trying out the whole heterosexual thing. He's actually a really nice guy, treats me really good. Anyways, reasons to actually date a transgender now. One, we care about how we look. We care so much about how we look that if it was our choice, we would all look as gorgeous as Jennifer Lopez's, Jennifer Aniston's, name your gorgeous girl out there, that's who we want to be like, okay? We don't want to be trapped in whatever form we're in, so we're constantly trying to improve who we are, okay? Where a lot of women take for granted who they are and what and what they were blessed to be born as. We actually have to strive and work constantly to do that. Another thing too, because of that, we always like to, how can I put it? In a lot of ways, we tend to try to please our partners as well, as much as possible, in many different ways. Everything from being affectionate to laughing at your jokes, you know, just stupid stuff, regular stuff. Anyways, now of course you will come across every once in a while one of those superficial girls that, you know, no one can pretty much stand. But when it comes to the trans world, they're a lot fewer and far between. If anything, I would say if you ever come across a girl that you happen to know is trans, but you think that she's really cute, give her a chance. You might be surprised, because you know what? You have to remember this part too, okay? Most of us have dated girls in the past as well, okay? We've been on the other side in some aspects, so we know what you've gone through in your life. We know what you like out of girls and everything else, and well, basically a lot of times we don't try to put a lot of drama and bullcrap in relationships. Oh, I can put it to you this way, okay? For instance, like if my boyfriend wanted to go ahead and relax and decided to play video games, I don't jump down his back. If anything, I might join him on a video game, okay? Or if he wants to watch an action flick, I got no problem with that. I'll sit down and watch, you know, The Matrix or anything else with them as well. Basically, what damn near every guy looks for in their girl, which is basically to have their best friend and the girl too, that's what we are. In many aspects, that's what we are. We're like the cool girl. Anyways, so yeah, definitely give transgenders a try, especially the cute ones like me. Anyways, you all have a great day, and this is me, Sour Skittles, signing off.